All right. Welcome, everybody. My name's Tom Taranto. I am a real estate agent in Melbourne, Florida, and also a crypto enthusiast. And because of that, I've always been interested. The last couple of years, I've been interested in blockchain technology and things it can do. More recently, like getting really interested in how the real estate industry overlaps and will converge with blockchain technology. And because of that, I discovered a company called Propy. And with me today, I have a guest, Ilko, and he's with Propy. I'm going to ask him some questions, and we're all going to get to know his company and what they do a little bit better. So, welcome, Ilko. Appreciate you coming on.
Hey Tom, it's really pleasure, being here. So with Propy, we've been trying to bridge the gap between blockchain technology and real estate for the last almost 10 years. It's been a rough ride.
Almost
I
10 years. Are you serious?
I
Oh,
I
wow.
bet you didn't know that. We actually sold the first in the world property as a NFT back in 2017. It was a apartment complex in Ukraine.
That's amazing. As an NFT back in 2017. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
So
So, and what has happened since then?
since then, a lot of things have happened. Now we're focusing mostly on our US business. We moved into title and escrow space
Hmm.
for a very specific reason. We've been trying to show and show agents how to leverage blockchain technology, how to enhance their business operations, how to provide a better experience for their clients. But there was like so much resistance from traditional players, not just institutional, but like mortgage, especially title companies, for not really taking into account blockchain records, being able to put a QR code and a hash address on the deed just to just to print it out. So we find ourselves at a position where we teach agents how what tremendous difference that does it make, how much more secure, how much more transparent and immutable the records are. And then all of a sudden they're coming back to us and go, like, hey, our title company will not put the QR code on the deed. So the buyer will not be able to access this in an easy way that you designed it.
Yeah.
So we figured that instead of like going to government and trying to really push for a change, we still do that, and there's like some success lately, but we decided to do it ourselves. So now what we do is we will act as your traditional title company, recording on with the county, refi, cash, mortgage deals, but also we're here to put every record on blockchain, facilitate and work with buyers who want to use crypto, but have a traditional seller on the other side. That has been like really a pain point in a lot of people trying to diversify their portfolio and invest in real estate.
Okay. Very interesting. So, starting a title company was kind of the real world use case where you're bringing this connection between the blockchain and the real estate world. What states does your title company operate in?
Well, we're currently in three states in Florida, Colorado, and Arizona.
Okay.
Recently, we opened the California market, and hopefully by the end of the year, we will have 10 more
Oh,
markets
wow.
that we're moving into.
Okay. So, a couple of years ago, so about 3 years ago, I started getting into crypto as just as an investor. And a couple of years ago, I took a class offered by your company to become a crypto certified agent. So, if any of you watching didn't know this, I'm officially a crypto certified agent. Do you want to tell a little bit more about that and how that was thought to attract agents or help agents?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Like we started like the crypto certification class, it went through a lot of iterations. And back when you started it, we just released, I believe, version 2.
Hmm.
And it's really to provide basic understanding for realtors what blockchain is,
Yeah.
what a wallet is, what knots are, how, you know, real estate relates to crypto, blockchain, and Web3 security. So it's a not an advanced, but more of a beginner's course understanding how technology can really change the game, not just for real estate professionals, but for buyers and sellers, how
Yeah.
you can really own your data and access it.
It seems to me like there's a number of layers about how deep this conversation can go to being something that's really a fundamental change in how things are done, which might be something that's, you know, 10, 20 years down the line. And there's things that anybody could implement today. So I guess the most simplistic form would be having a buyer who actually wants to use crypto to purchase a piece of real estate. The seller may want crypto or they may want fiat currency in their bank account. Would you agree with that? It's just kind of the basic where somebody can get their head around crypto's involved in real estate that a buyer is getting a buyer's coming with Bitcoin or a stable coin or something to purchase the property.
Absolutely. Most likely the sellers, they don't even know what crypto is, or they
Right.
don't really want to, you know, contemplate on the idea. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that a buyer cannot use their crypto funds. That is exactly the one of the reasons the course was created, just to guide real estate agents how to facilitate that, how to talk to a buyer who wants to use non-traditional form of payment, how to really take advantage of this opportunity and not turn their back. Um, and actually, it's a funny thing that you mentioned the crypto class because we just got approved like this week for a CE credits from the Florida
Oh,
Association.
okay.
So we're now approved in 4 states in Florida, Colorado, Arizona, and Hawaii. Actually,
Yeah.
Hawaii was the first one, which is a funny one because they cannot even open a Coinbase account.
Wow. Interesting.
True.
So, I think, when I've brought up this subject, I get met with a couple of different responses. One of them being that crypto is the realm of criminals and money launderers and scammers and mafia and just things there's a certain type of reaction you get sometimes from people. And I'm sure if you've been doing this for 10 years, you've heard it all. What's your response to people who kind of maybe delegitimize this by acting as if it must be some kind of criminal element if it's going through blockchain or crypto?
Well, that's true. And that is the association most people make. But also, I've seen a movie where drug dealers have like a whole attic with banknotes in US dollar accounts and, rats are going through them. So, are we going to condemn banknotes as well or US dollar? I mean, yes, it creates a crypto with its natural transparency and immutability does allow for all kind of operations. What we're looking for right now is probably, the next iteration of crypto where it drives like more adoption. It's like with every technology in its infancies, it's mostly for fun or for illegal activities, just like with the NFTs, like people associate NFTs with like Board Monkey or Yacht Club.
Yeah.
And
Scam things that became, yeah, scams or something. Yeah.
well, not exactly, but it's they're defined to a very, very small audience of people.
Right. Right.
But with especially on Ethereum, with smart contracts, providing all these opportunities to record data, it is really like it is a perfect fit for public infrastructure tool that significantly enhances data integrity and information security, especially in government operations. Because
Yeah.
now, as you said, like you can have like a buyer walking in wanting to use their crypto. And of course, like you have to protect your seller. If you're a real estate agent, you have to protect your
Yep.
client. But that's why we have on Propy a KYC check and proof of funds.
Yeah.
that you would not have to rely on just a snapshot of a wallet. But first, first thing on our checklist is get your buyer through a KYC check.
Yeah. But
If
can
they
you, for those who don't know, can you explain what a KYC means?
know your customer,
Yeah.
basically, it makes sure that the wallet is not associated, the funds in the wallet are not associated with any anti-money laundering regulations or illegal activities,
Hmm.
and that the wallet itself can be legally used in the US for
Yeah.
trading or buying, purchasing, anything.
Yep.
So it protects all participants in a transaction from future federal investigation. We, as a title company, are very heavily regulated.
Yeah.
So being compliant and staying compliant with local rules and regulations is paramount.
Yeah.
So we make sure that we protect all participants whenever we close a deal.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that you have a seller who has a listing. Now you can really push that listing not just to traditional buyers and investors, but out-of-state buyers, international buyers, and within crypto communities, and at the same time guarantee that your seller is safe, their interests are protected, that funds are secured, and there's no rates that they need to worry about. They don't have to care about whether the price is going up or down, because by the time funds hit the escrow account, they'll already be in US dollars.
Yeah.
So as far as your seller is concerned, you just have a cash buyer on the other side.
Yeah. And you used a little bit of an illustration that I use all the time is that I feel like crypto and blockchain right now is like the internet was in the early 90s. And I was there, I mean, I was younger, but I was there. I was, first dial-up modems, had the internet, and I remember people's response to even hearing like, "Oh, you're on the internet?" That's where all the bad things. And it's like now every 80-year-old woman has internet on her phone and does all her business. It's just to see this span of time of 30 years or so where something went from being people raising their eyebrows to being so obvious that everyone has it. And it's just a matter of regulation and like understanding. And of course, the government has to take a stance on certain parts of it to make it regulated so people feel comfortable and come into it. So, could you tell me a little bit more about the services you add for a real estate agent and a buyer and a seller as a part of that title company that's kind of unique to you guys?
Well, as you said, it's like a lot of layers. Rabbit hole goes deep, deep down, and we're just like touching the surface.
Yeah,
But on really like on 40% of my calls, I don't even say the word blockchain and crypto.
yeah,
I have, in my daily calls, I talk to a lot of Web2 professionals and trying to really like having them excited about Web3 security and Web3 features. But in order for me to do that, I really need to dump that conversation and keep it on the surface and not really go down deep. But and the way that we do that is through AI tools
hmm,
and smart contract automation on the closing process. That means for the traditional buyer, seller, real estate agent, 24/7 escrow, you just drop a contract, you have escrow open, regardless whether it's 7 p.m. on a Thursday night or 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. Uh, Next thing is the buyer receives a payment link that they can execute the deposit payment online, same day, ACH, 5 minutes on their
yeah,
phone, sipping a coffee. That means that the buyer can sign a contract and initiate the deposit payment literally within 20 to 30 minutes.
yeah,
Actually, our record was 7 minutes, but this is only if you have a participating buyer. But the beautiful thing about it is that we eliminate wire fraud and title fraud through this technology because we invite everybody in a secure platform. We provide the seller and the buyer a level of transparency and visibility that they feel part of the process. They feel like they are know what's going on in real time. It's kind of like we order pizza, we want to know where the pizza delivery guy is,
yeah, yeah,
but at the same time, we sell or buy our home, and we sit in a black box waiting for our agent to give us a call, or send us a text message, or email us. And
Yeah.
we're trying to fix that.
Yeah. I remember you showed me an AI tool where you could drag and drop the as is contract, and the AI would just produce a summary of the terms of the contract. And I thought that was just an amazing use of AI, because I keep hearing about, new uses for AI, and then every once in a while I hear something thinking like, wow, that's awesome. Just think of the time saved where you just drag a contract and you got your summary right there. And if you drag another contract, you get it summary. You can compare the two. Um, pretty amazing tools that are being built out.
It is amazing. And if I take you one level deeper, then we can talk about how we can tokenize the property ownership rights
Yeah.
and then have that exchange through smart contracts. So you can have like the 30-day transfer of ownership scratched and replaced with 30 seconds,
Yeah.
literally. As soon
Yeah.
as the sale is over, smart contracts transfer the funds from the buyer to the seller wallet. They transfer the NFT that carries the legal ownership of the property, done in minutes, if not seconds.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the things that just it kind of blew my mind, and I've brought it up actually to real estate attorneys, real estate agents, title agents, and other people since kind of getting my head around the concept that you could actually sell a piece of real estate in under a minute, 30 seconds, and just as quickly as I could go and buy Bitcoin on my phone, I could buy a piece of real estate. And understanding that that is possible, even though I understand that there's some back work and pre work, but to get that, it reminds me a lot of back in the day where we used to go and rent the videos at Blockbuster, and we would go and we would have to physically rent a video. And then there was a period where they mailed us DVDs, and we had to mail back the DVDs and pick new ones and get them in the mail. And then we got to the point where you just push a button and you watch the streaming video. That if people get their head around speed, they never go back. If people get their head around convenience, they never go back. So if I understand I can click a button and now I own that house, nobody's going to want to do a 30-day closing ever again.
You're absolutely right. And it's about speed, as you said, convenience, security, transparency, and immutability of the records. You can literally walk away from a closing with just a sheet with a QR code on it and have access to all your documents. At the same time, you drop that sheet anywhere, anybody scans that, nobody can, but you can get access to it. So it's about like how you process. It's about we're changing how pretty much everybody along the route like process the information. Lenders, title companies, underwriters. So that let's say like you will have your lender have like a proof of fund in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You just like click in a link. You don't have to take, a day off or a line at the bank just to get, you know, that PDF file.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So it sounds like a lot of this has to do with minimizing friction that has been part of real estate for the last 100 years or more. And now we're minimizing that friction to make it as quick and seamless as possible. And it's pretty amazing. Well, I really appreciate all of your input, Ilko, about Propy. I am sure I will be talking with you again, and I'm sure that those of us, if they who are watching this video, if they have never heard of Propy, are probably going to hear about you. In fact, I just saw somebody shared with me a link to something you and I talked about a while back, that there's a famous individual who's selling a $40 million house and doing it through, is he doing it as an NFT? How is that being done? Do you want to tell us a little bit
It's
about that?
This is Grant Cardone's $42 million mansion in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
It's not done as an NFT, but it is recorded on blockchain. It is sold for, accepting crypto offers as well.
Okay.
But still, like, very exciting, way to really reach out to crypto communities. Because next thing we'll be talking is about fractional owner
Yeah.
tokenization. Not looking for a one investor with 42 million, but breaking it down to, like, let's say 10,000 shares for like 4 or 5,000 each,
Yeah.
which of course creates a very highly liquid secondary market, because you can exchange those tokens, your investment, as many times as you wish without going through the county and carrying tax stamps and tax fees and all that. But this is, if you're you'd like to go deeper, we can talk about minting the world.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's fascinating. I think that's a level of thinking that's even the next step is because I have customers where I've already spoken with one of them. I have two properties that are in the multi-millions. I've got one at 2.7 and one at $3.3 million, and talking about this process. And so tell me a little bit about how working with Propy could help to actually market and get visibility for those properties.
We have a massive outreach, not just to out of state and international buyers, but again, like within crypto communities. Our latest project, Propy Keys, has generated for the last 4 months over 260,000 new account holders
Oh,
worldwide.
wow.
We have major partnerships. Coinbase is one of them. And just Coinbase's user base is 100 million.
Yeah.
55% of that is US based. So we can really reach out to people who are sitting in funds that really a lot of they can only think about exchanging crypto to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
And frankly, nobody really wants to close on their position right now. Nobody really wants to sell their crypto right now.
Right.
And also, tax implications are significant. Here we can talk about reduced exchange rates. We can talk about crypto loan options, where you can not only, keep your
Yeah.
crypto, like think about, like, you invest, let's say, one Bitcoin in a piece of land,
Yeah.
let's say developed unit. For the next 2.5 years, that project is being developed. You don't sell that, but you use one Bitcoin for collateral. As it appreciates in value, your investment might still be worth one Bitcoin, but goes up in US dollar value. At the same time, it's not a taxable event
Right.
using crypto as collateral. So you can
Interesting.
see, like, from a developer standpoint, how you can open a whole new market of buyers who not only are willing and wanting to invest without bearing the implications of, like, selling the crypto they own, but also tokenizing that investment can allow them to really exchange ownership as fast as, you know 15 minutes, just to program the smart contract into moving into another wall.
Interesting. Yeah, so and I agree with you. It seems like at this very moment, liquidating or selling crypto for a real world asset's probably not the best timing because we're literally at the start phase or coming close to the real start of the bull run where the crypto markets, most likely to surge. So I could see that throughout the next maybe 12 months or so, we're going to see such a surge in crypto that a lot of those that are in profits might hit a point where they really quickly are going to say, "Hey, how do I bring this home? How do I offboard this into a real world asset that I'll have after the end of that cycle?"
True, but, like, that doesn't mean that you have to wait till the end of the cycle. Like, again, you can use it as collateral,
Yeah,
and its value will just appreciate as it goes. Like, you still hold on to it.
yeah, very interesting, very interesting. So yes,
You see,
definitely.
now I took it down a little bit deeper, we started raising a lot more questions,
Yeah,
and we can go a lot deeper, but like let's keep it light for now.
yeah,
It's about really our mission is to show the value for traditional sellers and buyers, traditional real estate agents, really like use the blockchain technology for what it can become, like a public, transparent, and secure database.
yeah, yeah. Very interesting. Well, I really appreciate your time this morning, Ilko, and I will definitely be communicating with you, whether it be doing another video and interview or just staying in touch about some real projects and the like. Because, like I said, I'm not finished with this subject. I think it's really something that's going to become mass adoption will eventually take place, and some of these things are going to be a given. Everybody's going to do it, but at the moment, it's an early phase, and I think that's an exciting time as well because you're seeing things open up that they weren't here. You know, some of these items, some of the AI, and some of these other things, they weren't here that long ago,
True.
and now
So
they are. So
absolutely. So hold on to that episode, and we can tokenize it, and then you can have it for, put it on the marketplace
yeah,
10
that's
years from
great.
now.
That's right. All
All right.
right. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon.